All right, welcome back to Fleckus Talks, the podcast, episode 283. Today on the show, the feds are talking back to protesters and beating up ANTFA in this week's DC takeover section. Then, an Indian migrant trucker kills 3 with an illegal U-turn in Florida. We're going to tell you the details there. Then, in Cringe of the Week, we have a Gen Z is soft section paired with an adult baby section you're not going to want to miss. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, we have the EBT final boss, and violence breaks out at the Peace in the Hood Festival. Who could have guessed it? All this and more is Fleckus Talks, the podcast, episode 283, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleckus Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, our friends over at Sierra Whiskey Co. are very pro-free speech, and I know this because we talk about a lot of sensitive topics, and they don't care. They want to support the show and give you guys great discounts. So if we talk about certain groups that are 13% of the population but commit 50% of the violent crime, they don't care. They want you to have a discount. LGBT freaks trying to trans your kids, cool to talk about, and you get a discount. If certain religious groups want to flood the West with third world migrants, we're cool to talk about it, and you're getting a discount. Sierra Whiskey Co. products are built to perform. They make them for special ops teams. These guys are patriots, they're show watchers, and they donate a portion of their profits to fight human trafficking. And I'm not just saying this, they make the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn. It's made out of modal, which keeps your junk cool and dry. And they make more than just underwear. They also make socks and hoodies and t-shirts, which I wear every week, and they're the most comfortable products I own. I'm not just saying that. These are great guys. Go to undertac.com and use code FLECKUS22 for 22% off of your entire order. Undertac.com, UNDERTAC.com, FLECKUS22 at checkout. Let's support these guys. They support us, and they've supported us for years. Why not buy your underwear, t-shirts, socks, and hoodies from a show-watching company? Undertac.com is the website. FLECKUS22 is the code. Thank you to Undertac for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right. Thank you to Undertac for sponsoring.
Thank you, Undertac.
Thank you, Undertac. All right. Happy Tuesday, guys. We're back in the chair. Another weekend. Some more action. We have some things to cover. Pretty packed, good episode.
Okay. Yeah. I was waiting to disagree with you on something there.
No.
I thought you were going to say something insane about Tuesday and how it's different.
No, that's you, brother.
You trim your beard?
Yeah.
What happened over there with that hole that you told me about before the show?
You didn't even notice it. But yeah, I did trim my beard and give myself a haircut over the weekend. And unfortunately, I used the Zero clippers.
Yeah.
And I left a little hole right there. Because I just like turned my head and it went zip. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah. That's all right.
It'll grow back like a little bit in like a day. And then you won't even notice it. But there is a hole in my face.
All right.
So
wrap it up.
No one pay attention.
I bring it up. Then wrap it up.
No one pay attention to that. All right, let's get right into it. We have some Trump, Russia, Ukraine peace deal news. Over the weekend, Trump met with Putin. That was pretty cool. Flew the plane over. Everything looked good.
Yeah. In
Alaska, which is cool.
Good neutral spot, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Putin kind of was like, yeah, I'll hop over to Alaska.
It's probably easier for him to get there than for us.
Yeah, a lot of hemming around, handshake, smiles, laughing. I think the media is attempting as best they can to be like, people were furious. Everyone left.
Yeah.
That's kind of the angle of it, but we're taking the wait and see approach. He met with Zelensky just recently.
I like Putin.
I like Russia. Russia's a mostly white Christian country.
Nice Orthodox country with not a ton of migrants.
There's this energy of, what were we fighting about again? That should exist between two really white countries.
Yeah, the Russians are the bad guys because of Top Gun.
Yeah.
And Rocky Balboa fought a Russian in one of them, and he was, that's what it's about.
And then our media kept reinforcing it, and obviously they did invade Ukraine, but that's some ethnic beef between a world superpower and its neighbor.
If you can take it, take it. And then I saw this funny tweet from Bowtied Ranger, and it's Trump and Putin, and it says, now imagine the vibe if instead of Trump, it was a 5'4" drunk brown lady in a baggy pantsuit.
I don't think the meeting would even happen.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And then Zelensky and Trump and a bunch of other European leaders were meeting yesterday, and Zelensky wore a suit. They told him, and it's kind of like a weird John Wick outfit.
Sort of a waiter with a coat.
Like a winter outfit almost.
I don't know what he's doing, but he refuses to wear any kind of regular suit, which is weird.
And then he just threw the black on black on black.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at the phase in these negotiations where Trump's hamming it up with Putin. He's trying to do the same with Zelensky, but Zelensky kind of needs to know his role. It's more like, all right, we're taking over the negotiations from here. And we're still at that point where Trump's like, well, maybe we send troops to Ukraine. So we're not like fully, he still has to be a little bit of a wild card so that nobody walks over him, but we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. Obviously, this is something that needs to happen. Peace.
Yeah. But unfortunately, nuclear World War III is kind of on the deep state docket.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going to get it. Maybe Russia, Ukraine, maybe in Israel and Iran. I don't know. I think it's coming one way or another.
If they can get a rogue officer on a nuclear submarine to accidentally hit a button of some kind.
A nuke is going off. We just don't know when and where. It'll probably be in the next 18 months.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right.
We have some good news for us and funny news for the other people. New leaks indicate AOC plans to run for president with Jasmine Crockett as her VP.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll endorse that.
I'll endorse it right now. And there's been a lot of rumors going around. Who's the front runner for the Dems? Who's it going to be in 2028? And I keep hearing different combinations of someone in Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg and Jasmine Crockett, I heard.
How about that? And then they're floating it out to see the reaction. And what about Kamala again and Jasmine Crockett? And now it's AOC and Jasmine Crockett? Why is Jasmine Crockett attached to fucking everything?
It's time for a loud black woman to get it right.
She got the most social media followers.
Yeah, so I would love for them to run it.
Yeah, and that's an absolute liability. We saw the playbook of the twerking black performers on stage for Kamala. Kamala is Brat. They've kind of run this playbook already, so expect it to get a little more louder and obnoxious, and I don't think it's going to work.
And it's funny because...
Especially if we take care of Act Blue, the money funneling machine. We get that out of the way. It's kind of over for you. You can't afford Cardi B anymore.
Yeah, big time. And it's funny because, like, when you have the potential running mates, it's like one person's strength is this, and then the other person's strength is that, and it pairs off each other.
Trump's bombastic. Why don't we give him Mike Pence just to calm him down and get some Christians
exactly
in the room?
And then when you have AOC and Jasmine Crockett, it's like two people in over their head who are embarrassingly retarded.
Yeah.
And they're going to get a hard question. I'm going to defer to my vice president on that. I'm going to defer back to AOC.
Yeah.
You know?
What is Aleppo? It'll be constant moments like that where they don't even know anything about foreign policy or anything. Jasmine Crockett, too, she, I feel like we're at a point now where people are young enough where their SAT scores are going to leak. You know how we've been constantly waiting for the SAT scores? You can't really hide that. Yeah. Someone's going to leak it at this point. So.
That's going to be the Obama birth certificate of this race.
Jasmine Crockett SAT scores. I think we're going to get it. So
I was ahead of that. I called for those like 2 years ago.
I know. And I think a certain type of person is too young now. Like Joe Biden, I graduated at the bottom of my law class in Delaware. It's like those records are paper somewhere in a storage locker and you can't find them anymore. Jasmine Crockett's like, let me just look it up.
I got an email about it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, another thing, like you mentioned, it's going to be hard for the Democrats to win when Act Blue gets shut down. Another thing that could work in our favor is potentially the ending of the mail-in ballots. Trump had a big Truth Social post about that.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots. And also, while we're at it, highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines, which cost 10 times more than accurate and sophisticated watermark paper, which is faster and leaves no doubt at the end of the evening as to who won and who lost the election. I'm not going to read the entire thing.
We get it, but that is something that a lot of people have been calling for, and a lot of people are obviously black-pilled about Trump. This would be a huge win. If we had same-day paper and pen voting, no mail-in ballots, that could change the course of history for the better, and I really, really hope this happens.
Yeah, and I guess this is going to come in the form of an executive order, so I don't know how powerful or how much teeth that's actually going to have or who's going to listen. This might be one of those things. where I'm realizing a lot of these executive orders, a state like California will fight it completely, and then another state will be like, yes, sir. Arkansas? Yes, sir. So it might go state by state, and if it's not in the states that we need it to happen in, then there's nothing gained, right? So hopefully some legislation, I guess, follows.
Hopefully. And the New York Times has been frustrated with the state of affairs politically, and they're just saying, fuck it.
Yeah, this was an opinion. So it says, abolish the Senate, end the Electoral College, pack the court, why the left can't win without a new constitution.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's what they're left to at this point. And then there was a funny like meme or reply to it, if you could.
Yeah, liberals, if we could just jail Trump, get rid of MAGA, end the Electoral College, stack the Supreme Court, ban voter ID, and censor free speech, we could save democracy.
I'd be down to pack the Supreme Court if Trump can do it.
That's really what they think, too. Like, that's what they think is democracy, us winning all the time and then cutting off any routes for right-wingers to win. That's saving democracy.
Which is truly backwards and upside down because they're wrong, and not only are they wrong, they're shutting down the people who are right.
And it's so far from what the Founding Fathers intended to, so they're getting off the rails.
It's really sick. All right, this is not good news for us show watchers. Apparently being America First is anti-Semitic.
Yeah, the ADL added America First to its glossary of extremism and hate. So America First is now right in there. America First is a term that references the World War II era America First Committee and is used by extremists in anti-Semitic, racist, and xenophobic ways.
Let's go.
So the phrase,
That's us.
So the phrase is not the two words put together and their individual meaning put together, but it's what it could be representing, right?
Yeah, so if you're for America's best interest and you want to put that first, that's not enough support for Israel.
Yeah. From the people who brought you the OK hand symbol, now America First. Two words that you know the meaning of mean something else, actually.
It's actually very dark.
Yeah.
We have an interesting story, which I'm happy to hear. Democrat New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell has just been indicted by a federal grand jury after an FBI investigation for corruption.
Yeah, Mayor Cantrell has been accused of accepting bribes on numerous occasions, including being bribed with New Orleans Saints tickets from a city inspector to look the other way. I think she was also hiding a relationship with her bodyguard or something. But it's just a standard kind of black, first woman mayor, I think, in the history of New Orleans. And she corrupt. She doing
like
corruption.
Who dat? She's like going to the Saints game. I get it.
And that's the type of person who, like, she'll go to France or something. She'll fly to Paris first class and take all the trips. And it's like, what's the city of New Orleans? Aren't the pipes rusted or something? You're flying to France with a delegation. That's our sister city. Yeah, that's just like, I don't get it.
And I need a Escalade to and from the airport, and a whole bunch of Escalades actually from my entourage.
But that's kind of one of the things these African Americans and they do corruption at a similar rate as Africans in Africa. And you know how I don't want to get too into urban decay, but how we talk about like gun violence rates being similar across countries, like European countries, and the blacks all have a similar gun violence rate. I think there's a similar proclivity for corruption and taking bribes.
That's very true.
There is.
There's like an attitude too that she has and Jasmine Crockett has and that woman from Illinois, Dalton, Illinois, where they kind of think like, oh, I'm in power. I went against all odds to achieve this power. Now I'm gonna stunt.
I deserve it. Yeah, there's an
like
I deserve it.
Publicly voted in person who's like a public. What's it called? Like a public
servant.
Public servant.
I was gonna just
you
about
don't
to say
stunt.
Public servant. They go, what's that? Like the chain of command. Public servant. What's that? I'm mayor. Like I won.
Yeah.
They don't view it like a public servant or something that it's my time. This country's given me so much. Now it's my time to serve. It's the opposite. This is how I get what I want.
Yeah.
I use the city funds for my personal gain.
And then this next piece I thought was very interesting. It's the most Democratic names.
Yeah, percentage of voters registered with either major party who are registered as Democrats, and it's all EBT names: Ebony, Shaniqua, Imani, Shamika again with an E. That's actually great. And then Shanika is down there at 8. And Latoya's up there. Latoya Cantrell, the mayor of New Orleans.
Which is why I paired them together.
Yeah. So that's it. You know who's supporting what.
Multiple Shamikas.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. All right, well, let's get into our DC takeover section.
Take.
Our DC takeover section. First, we have a couple clips of the feds not really taking shit. Like here they are talking shit, and in this first clip, here they are BTFOing Antifa. So this guy in the bottom left is about to get blown out.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Bullshit! Back up! That's bullshit! Excessive fucking force! Back up!
Bullshit, excessive force. And we're laughing about it, and hopefully we're not ushering in some sort of nationwide police state. But when it's against people against us, I like to see it.
Yeah.
Antifa, get blown out.
Yeah, get blown out. I'm sure you did something. That wasn't just a blow up for no reason, right?
Yep. And then our next clip is someone saying, you guys are ruining the city, and listen to what the federal agent says in return.
Oh, you guys are ruining this country. You know that, right?
Liberals already ruined it.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So he says liberals already ruined it, and everyone kind of gives the, like, we got you on camera, you're in trouble. But I think they're not like the same cucked police officers that people are used to dealing with. Because they're feds, they kind of answer to Pam Bondi, who answers to Trump.
Yes.
So they're kind of like, yeah, you're a pussy. I don't care. I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm not going to get it written up in the local police.
You're the liberal filming me right now. This was about you, right?
Yeah.
This was about what you voted for. And I mean, what do you think the rank and file of federal law enforcement is? You think they're leaning left? No, they're not. It's obvious.
This next clip is in Navy Yard in D.C. that people are yelling at the feds, and then it's hard to hear, but the guy yells back, you should eat a salad.
A Shamika?
You can still choose to do something else. You want to be a veterinarian? You want to be a doctor? You can choose to eat salad.
You could choose to eat a salad.
So that's kind of, you're ruining cities. You could choose to be something else. Go be a veterinarian. And it's like, pussy guys, fat black lady heckling on an escalator. And these guys are just not taking shit. This is what Trump was voted for to do. And we're kind of over the, like, be nice to everybody. Like, we're cleaning up the city against your will.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think these guys are having fun.
I think so.
You know, they're not really up against, like, violent opposition up until this point. It's all, like, fat losers and mad black people and, like, stupid old boomers. And they're just talking shit and blowing out Antifa.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun.
This is fun. And we've also reversed a trend. I mean, think about the last 20 years of police. Oh, we can't do this anymore. We can't do car chases anymore. Technically, we have to let him go. And all these little things like have been kind of reducing the morale of police officers who used to just handle shit. And now finally, we've stopped the decline and we've gone up just a little bit back to normal. And that's an insult to the left. When really, it's nice to see.
They have a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah.
Because they're used to, like, being the ones in control, and then the police are scared, and they have body camera, and they can get a report, and they can get fired.
And the body cam, the left thought was going to help them. Really, all we have is manic black people kind of lunging at a body cam with a knife recently. So that one, actually, thank you to the left.
Yeah.
That one was nice. They thought it was going to be endless police brutality, and, like, every once in a while you get a cop, like, turning off his body cam, and, like, some girl who'd be like, I'll do anything to get out of a DUI. And then the body cam turns off for an hour. Okay. You don't say that. But overall, body cams have backfired on them and helped us.
So true. And we have a couple people here who are mad about the DC Fed presence, and they're posting social media about it.
Follow the cops home, starting with the highest ranking ones. Start little music festivals at the cops' houses and live stream images with their home address in the frame. You don't have to technically dox somebody to dox them, right?
So that's who's leading the charge for doxing the feds.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder when you're on the left or the right and you look around at who you're siding with. Like for us, we're on the right. And we're siding with, like, these guys who are feds, who are cops or former military, and they're doing this duty, and they're cleaning up the neighborhoods, and they're reducing crime.
genuinely want to help the country too. Like they got into law enforcement to be like, well, I'm not a sheep, I'm a herder. Like that kind of mentality. And like
I'm a sheepdog.
I'm a sheepdog.
I fight the wolf.
And they want to help. You know, they genuinely want to help. And then this lady,
this chick's problem
wants
is
to dox him.
But if
he's got a 5 o'clock shadow.
If you're on the left, you're siding with this man who thinks they're a woman telling you to like do violence on the police.
Yeah, and let's go to the next one too, because these are your compatriots, right?
Yeah.
Black people in D.C., get your and take care of them police officers like they should have been taken care of 50 years ago.
Pretty blatant. That's the type of thing that gets you arrested.
Yeah, that's the type of thing you delete after 5 minutes, but the damage is already done and the feds are coming to your house. So random black people shoot the feds? That's her advice?
And that's the side she's on, is you're siding with the criminals and then telling them to do more crimes after they've already like destroyed every neighborhood they're in.
Yeah, not good. And so, I mean,
just because fuck Trump.
And just optics-wise, like, which side are you on? Average any person in any town, USA? You on the side of the fat, doxing, weird lady guy who hates any crime going down? Or are you on the people who are going to work and the federal agents and the people who actually want to, like, make a difference? We've all watched the decline of cities over the last 25 years really go downhill. And now finally something's happening and it's time for leftists to start kicking and screaming. Mm-hmm. I think it's a pretty easy optics battle to win, right?
It's a very easy optics battle. And this whole confrontation between the feds and the criminals is actually bringing up different conversations. One is about the Second Amendment. Thomas Massey had a tweet that I don't fully agree with, but there is some gray area.
Yeah, he said the police/troops in D.C. should quit arresting people for carrying a firearm without a permit. They're publishing this metric as if it's something to be proud of, but it's not. In high crime areas like D.C., people rely on their right to keep and bear arms to keep them safe. I do.
So this idea and this way of thinking works in like a perfect libertarian world.
An all-white country,
I
would say.
But when you're dealing with D.C. the way it is, there's so many gun laws that are enforced on law-abiding citizens. Like if I were to have a sawed-off shotgun, the ATF will ruin my life.
For sure.
But then you have these little gangbanger kids who are using Glocks with switches to do carjackings, and they're getting those charges knocked down, or they're getting released on no cash bail, and then they go do it again.
Yeah.
So it sounds right, and it sounds nice, but it's actually not the reality we're living in, which is like the bigger issue, I think.
Theoretical versus practical, right? That's the whole point. Yeah, in theory, yes, I agree with Thomas Massey. But there's like 15-year-olds with switches. There's 16-year-olds who have done 10 carjackings.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And we all know who they are. We all know which ones they are.
And there's like this idea that like, well, actually, I want more guns because a well-armed society is a polite society. And that sounds nice too. It's kind of a slogan, but that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
Like young black criminals with guns are doing crimes and they're not getting in trouble. The gun laws are being applied to people who are actually like going to the store and getting a permit.
For sure.
So that's kind of frustrating. And also, this might be a controversial take, but when it comes to Second Amendment, it was written by the Founding Fathers. They considered black people 3/5 of a person.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was written for them to have guns.
The Constitution was any free white person. Yeah. And I mean, here's some tweets we'll read. We out here holding these switches for the Constitution and shit. Yeah. Tyrone Jaquarius, principled conservative and libertarian. You know, that's not what they're up to. Memetic Sisyphus said this was one of the posts that sparked it all. This the White House or DHS or somebody posted this arrest and said carrying a pistol without a license, which is a law in D.C.
Yeah.
And so they're just kind of using all the laws at their disposal. You can disagree with the law, but then go change it, right? We have to go backwards and go change it, which you can make the argument that it should be changed. That's fine. But liberals put this type of law in place. Memetic Sisyphus said, that's cool. I don't want this guy armed near me or anyone I care about.
That's true.
And he just looks like a thug piece of shit, you know? He's probably used it. Why is he carrying that gun, you know?
Mm-hmm. To do crimes.
Yeah.
And maybe I would carry a gun without a permit and I would probably get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But if you carry a gun to do a crime without a permit, you don't get in trouble.
It's fascinating.
Isn't that like completely backwards and upside down?
Yeah, and we're kind of rectifying that, but then a libertarian type like Massey has to come out, and he's principled, so he has to do that principle for everybody. But some of these people are just like, they can't even read. Some of these people can't even read. We've shown the stats, the Baltimore area, like stuff that's nearby. They're not even reading. They can't do any math.
They're using the guns to do crimes.
They don't know what the Constitution is.
Yeah. They're using the guns to use crimes. Some people are carrying guns to defend themselves from the people using the guns for crimes.
So it's theory versus practicality, and I think we're past theory at this point.
Yeah, we're in reality.
Yeah.
We're in reality. And then we have a tweet here that's kind of bigger picture, and it applies to D.C., but it also applies to every blue city that's been blown out by crime and letting the criminals go.
Yeah, it was from Palmer Luckey, and he said, the fastest way to lower average housing prices in American cities is enforcing the law / reducing criminal activity. Huge chunks of high-density housing are trapped in bad neighborhoods, no-go zones, depressed well below nearby prices. Nobody with options even considers them. And I thought that was brilliant, and I totally agree. And we've been talking a lot about the money's gone. We've been having the money's gone section recently on the podcast. And this is another one that I didn't even really think about, is just reducing crime, making more places livable. And this sort of law enforcement is empathetic, and it's showing kindness to normal citizens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd move there, but there's gang activity all the time. Wait, a specific 4-block region has known gang activity and nobody's come and stopped it?
Well, there's empathy for the gang members.
Yeah.
Because we feel bad because they mostly are black, so we just keep letting them go. And
So-
it's like you're having empathy for the criminals instead of empathy for the nice middle-class American families that want to buy a house.
Yeah, and even that includes some black and brown people, as the leftists on MSNBC love to kind of single out.
Yeah.
Even black and brown people.
BIPOC folks.
Yeah, they want to live in a nice area. And then, development dollars don't go into a high crime area. And so you're left with like underutilized plots, Nobody's going to go do that warehouse renovation because the area is a shithole, right? And then these people complain about gentrification too, and the same thing. But it's like, you guys need people to develop housing, don't you? So,
And all the businesses obviously leave. I am a person who's always looking for opportunity, especially like massive upside opportunity.
Yeah.
If you found out that Trump was going to arrest the criminals and you invested in a house in one of those bad areas, that would be like the biggest real estate return ever. If in the next 10 years, businesses return, families return, normal people were there, all the criminals are gone.
I totally agree.
That's like, you can get a house for like $100K and it'll be like $700K.
The problem is, part of me thinks that this will only help while Trump has his foot on the gas, and it'll immediately return to the norm, which is urban decay and decline after someone else gets in power.
Yeah.
So, that's the only issue.
I agree. All right. Well, that's the end of our DC takeover section.
We have a couple videos here that we're not going to play, but a lot of people are positively responding to this too. The citizens are like, I've never seen it like this. This is awesome. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. My walk is so peaceful to work. I work right there. I've never seen it like this.
Yeah.
It's amazing how good the results can happen in 2 weeks, right?
Exactly. All right.
Yeah, you get some pussies crying about it.
Yeah, some trans people.
But
some trans folks.
You can't listen to them.
All right, we're now moving on to our migrant section, but before we do, we have a very special message from our dear friend Farmer Bill. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic. Your stomach's growling. You're so hungry you can eat an entire steak, but steak isn't portable. Until now. Introducing pocket steaks from Farmer Bill's. Farmer Bill's beef slices are made from whole cuts of beef, air-dried to perfection with a marinade of apple cider vinegar, real spices, and sea salt. It's like a steak in a bag you can take wherever you go. There's nothing more satisfying than red meat when you're hungry, and now you can have it whenever you want. You can get it pre-sliced for on-the-go protein, or you can get it in slab form for snacking at the house. The air-dried steak comes in 4 great flavors. Farmer Bill has garlic and herb, smokehouse, spicy chili, and original. Made with the cleanest ingredients in the meat snack world, and Farmer Bill is a show-watching patriot, so you know the beef is raised by American ranchers. I recommend the bestseller bundle because it comes with a 4-pack sampler, a half-pound slab, 2 jars of the grass-fed tallow bomb, and free shipping. Take an additional 20% off with code FLECKIS20 at checkout. Go to the link in the description or go to farmerbillsprovisions.com. FLECKIS20 is the code for 20%. This stuff is fantastic. I've been eating it nonstop. Highly recommend. And let's support a fellow show watcher. We love Farmer Bill. Thank you to Farmer Bills for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right. Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Farmer Bill's got some big stuff in the works. We're going to be telling you about it in a few weeks, but it's exciting stuff. All right, we're in our migrant section, and we mentioned this story our last episode about Abu Musa, who was caught stuffing the ballots in the machine or in the box.
Yeah.
We actually have video of him.
New video obtained by Local 4 shows a black pickup truck pulling up outside Hamtramck City Hall in the middle of the night, just days before the primary election. All of a sudden, the lights turn on inside the truck. That's when you spot 3 men inside, including what appears to be Council Member Abu Musa in the back seat, the same council member who is seeking re-election right now. The video then shows the driver getting out and stuffing absentee ballots into the drop box. The only problem? They don't all fit. He then starts pushing them in before reaching for 2 more stacks.
So he's literally stuffing the ballot box, which is illegal. And that guy, Abu Musa, won by 76 votes.
Abu Musa won by 76 votes in Hamtramck, Michigan.
And he has not been charged. And while that's messed up, what's even more messed up is the names of the other options to vote for in Michigan. Can you read those other names?
Yeah. Adam Al-Harbi, Muhith Mahmood, Khan Hossan, Mr. Bangladesh. What? Mr. Bangladesh.
Pretty on the nose.
Abu Musa, Naeem El Chowdhury, Yusuf Saeed, Motahar Fadel, Abdul Malik Qasim, Lukman Saleh.
So that's what's going on in Michigan.
Hamtramck, Michigan. And I looked it up. Hamtramck is named after like some French explorer. So, how the times have changed. It's Little Mogadishu, Bangladesh, whatever the hell they're coming from.
Yeah, we actually have details on the history of Hamtramck. Can you read that?
Hamtramck, Michigan used to be a totally Polish neighborhood. It was showcased in the 1998 movie Polish Wedding with Claire Danes and Gabriel Byrne. Now the Muslims have taken over. The city council became 100% Muslim. People said a few years ago they were cheating, but nothing came of it. They banned the LGBTQ flag once they got it in anywhere. They are not tolerant. Hamtramck now has the call to prayer. It's a Muslim city. Really sad when you know its origins.
Very sad. And that's not the only example of cheating we found. Can you read the other Hamtramck cheaters?
Breaking 2 Hamtramck. I like how that's pronounced too, Hamtramck.
That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, they pronounced it. The newscaster did. Michigan City Council members Mohammed Hassan and Muhtasin Sadman, charged with election fraud for allegedly forging ballots. The thing that Democrats say never happens happened again.
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
Crazy. And then, I mean, guys.
They cheat and they don't get in trouble. Then they cheat and they don't get in trouble. Then we got them on camera and they cheat and they don't get in trouble. And then, it's all Muslim.
This is This is federal shit. Like, a lot of times, I remember back in the day, there was kind of a mob-controlled city in Rhode Island where the mob kind of owned the mayor's office. And you just send in the feds eventually. And this needs to be a top priority for the Trump administration, these cities. Because we're in the early stages of this again, where, there's just one Muslim city. Look, 10 years from now, how many Muslim cities are there going to be?
Oh.
And so, all of them. And so, I mean, we really need to nip this in the bud. And the guy won by 70-something votes. He's stuffing the ballot with 150 votes. Like, guys, ding, ding, ding.
I think we found something
going off here.
And a lot of the reasons they're allowed to do this is because they don't face any opposition at higher levels, like from the governor's office. We have an example here of Kathy Hochul and what she's up to.
Yeah, Kathy Hochul, who's the governor of New York, just pardoned 13 migrants, including one who was convicted of manslaughter, to shield them from deportation. I'll be damned if I let them be deported to a country where they don't know a soul, said Kathy Hochul. Her focus is on protecting violent criminals to ensure they can remain in our country.
So she feels bad because they would get deported to some shithole country where they don't know anybody, but they come here and they kill people.
Great. Good leadership. Thanks, Kathy.
It's like, did you
Thanks,
balance?
Kathy.
Did you balance that out? Yeah, and it's what they call it is suicidal empathy, where you have empathy for the criminal foreigners instead of like the innocent American citizens that need resources and help.
Civilizational suicidal empathy. And it's all women and weird people. I guess we're going to get into it.
Well, we have a clip here of a protest in New York City from a few days ago. Look what it looks like. It's all foreign flags.
Palestine, Arabic, Islamic shit. It's all about Gaza. Yeah, we get it, guys.
We get it. And then we have another example of another governor, F. Jacob Frey.
He's a mayor. He's a
mayor. Yeah.
Of Minneapolis.
Of Minneapolis. Listen to this message he sent out to his constituents.
Maaga Egawa Jacob Frey, Doke Magalada, Minneapolis. Damaan, Shaabka Somaliyed, Kayamid, Mogadishu, Garowe, Hargeisa, Bosaso, Bedabo, Kismayo.
You get it. He's speaking fucking Somali.
It's like a shitty language.
Yeah.
Like everything else aside,
Mogadishu,
Trump.
Yeah.
And then
what is that language? Is that just a shitty version of Arabic?
Somali.
Is that the language? I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We don't need to learn.
We don't need to learn, and that's our right as an American. You don't even need to know.
And it's funny because Jacob Frey does this, and he thinks like, oh, they're going to like me or whatever. They just think, oh, man, this F slur is just letting us have this for free.
Yep.
He's not even stopping us. Like, they're surprised it's so easy to take over.
Exactly.
And then we have an example here at a rally. I'm trying to read what it says in the bottom. Can you read that? Tagarita, Mushaksa, Kakraksa, Duka, Mag, Minneapolis, Omar Fateh.
Yeah. So this guy's running against Jacob Frey in the primary for mayor. And take a look at the rally.
Congresswoman at the Shane.
Yeah.
Sida nakasabada baxnay. Haddaba Umar waan ka xumahayo. Virginia qaboobaa lagu dhalay. Laakiinse waan adopt gareynay. Sidarna wax badan ma joogine.
I don't like this.
That's a major city in America, and we're giving it up. So we can laugh about Hamtramck, but this is Minneapolis, and it's going down the tubes. Wait until you see some footage of the high schools around there. It's all Somali kids. It's people out of central casting for the pirate role in the Tom Hanks movie. Captain Phillips.
Well, they're the captain now.
Yeah.
And that's the end of this little mini segment. We're kind of getting into the story of the day or the story of the weekend. The illegal trucker who made an illegal U-turn and killed a family of 3. We have the clip here. So here he is making the illegal U-turn. Oops, someone's going 65 on the freeway. And keep in mind, that move, you don't even do that move in a car.
Yeah.
Because it's so dangerous to do a U-turn on the highway like that. Mm-hmm. And here he is. He doesn't even care. He's just looking at the camera. You killed 3 people, I think 2 children.
Yeah, no, I think it was all adults.
Adults?
It was all adults.
Oh, good.
But I want to harp on this. We'll have Nick play this again in the background. Watch this car slam into him at full highway speed.
It wasn't even close.
And he doesn't even, of course it wasn't even close. And he barely has a reaction. Like he just kind of goes up, put it in park or, get it. And then here he is where the firemen are using the jaws of life on the people who just died slamming into his truck. And it's almost like a mild annoyance on his face. There's nothing, if I caused an accident, a brutal accident, I'd be like, oh my God, oh no, the initial reaction.
Trying to help people initially.
He's like half a person. He doesn't have a soul.
He can't think.
Yeah.
And that's why he made the illegal U-turn as well.
Yeah.
And then we found out
it's the cause of both things.
Yeah.
Right?
He can't think, so he does something stupid that kills somebody. And also because he can't think, he doesn't care or try to help or whatever. He just waits to get let go.
And honestly, we've been covering this for a while, the American trucking industry, and it seems like this story is causing everybody else to kind of pick up on it. But the American trucking industry, the standards and like the cutting corners, the LLCs that they just fold up if there's an accident, the foreigners who can't read or write English who are getting on the road and getting their CDLs. I think that's a big thing. The CDL chop shop's a bad term, but like there's schools out there that are registered to give out these CDLs. And I think they're cutting corners and passing anybody who's, I wouldn't be surprised, paid. But yeah, it's a huge problem. And we've been calling it out for the past couple months, and now 3 people are dead in Florida.
Yeah,
right?
we've unfortunately been proven right.
Yeah.
We were talking about this a while ago. And we have some details about how he got his CDL license.
Yeah, he was an illegal. Harjinder Singh entered the U.S. illegally in 2018, but was able to get a CDL in California.
Of course.
So he ultimately got charged with vehicular homicide for that egregious mistake, and he'll be deported afterwards. And this guy was probably one of those things who just had a court case years down the road. But you're at the you're at the mercy of, interstate trucking, right? Obviously, people go between states, but you're at the mercy of the lowest common denominator state. Like, say Florida buckles down and we obviously don't give CDLs to illegals. Well, too bad, because California does. So, and that's the same thing. Like, I don't want illegal immigrant murderers out there. Well, too bad, because Kathy Hochul just pardoned several of them, right? So Americans everywhere are at the mercy of the lowest common denominator progressive state.
Very true.
So I just want to get that point out there. Like, even if Florida has good laws on the books, California doesn't. Fuck you. You're dead.
And then that guy's driving his truck from California to Florida.
Yeah.
And he's going cross country, and it's the bad guy.
Yeah. Thank you. Not your best.
And then we actually have some uplifting info potentially.
Well, this is the kind of thing that gets an industry sorted out, right? Like Stephen Miller, this comes across Stephen Miller's desk, and we need to take some immediate action. But the American Truckers account said breaking, the Department of Homeland Security has confirmed that ICE is seriously considering immigration enforcement at truck weigh stations across America. That's an easy one. They're driving 15,000-pound weapons on roads being shared with Americans, and we've seen the deadliness already. We made our thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail, the fat Mexican guy.
That looked like you, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
he looked exactly like me.
And that tweet's
Same weight.
Yeah, that tweet's a little misleading because it's like confirmed that ICE is seriously considering. It's like nothing's confirmed. It's confirmed that they might. Yeah. Okay. And we have a list here of states that are giving.
Well, that's what somebody told Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson doesn't just make shit up.
Of course not. So I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And we actually have a list here of states that give illegals licenses.
Yeah. I'm not even going to read it. It's every blue state gives illegal licenses. And those are the people who are underinsured or not insured at all.
Voting illegally.
Drinking Modelo's on the road. And now they're behind the wheel of major trucks. And so we really need, and this is, again, the lowest common denominator. Like, you can't get a license in Texas. Well, I'll just cross the border, go to New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I'll head west. And, we're at the mercy of these stupid states.
And I saw a video on Instagram, and it was basically about how Indian people don't care about dead people. Like, they were going in, like, the river, and there's like, there's a dead body over there. Oh, we found one there yesterday.
Nobody comes and takes it away.
And it just lays there, and they don't care. So they don't even care about death because they're too stupid?
There's a certain...
culturally, it's so different?
No, there's a value of human life where it's like kind of a throwaway culture. Like, yeah, there's 3 billion people here. Some people are going to get chewed up by the trains. We lost a couple in my U-turn trucking accident. Life goes on, right?
Yeah.
I totally agree. Culturally speaking, there's a value of life difference between Americans and so a country with 1.2 billion or whatever.
And if you have that value of life difference, that's not compatible. We have another example here. I believe this was in Illinois, where same type of thing, a migrant trucker crashed bad.
And just look at all the people here. Migrant type.
Like white people trying to help because someone crashed. A Chinese person.
He looks like he's helping.
He's helping. He can stay.
What's he doing at the University of Michigan with all those spores?
That's a good point.
But yeah, it's all these guys in flip-flops.
Yeah, Indian people in flip-flops.
No urgency.
Everyone's fucked.
And this guy looks like an old-school white trucker. But yeah, I mean, the administration considering, like, every single truck stop should have a ICE agent until we clear it out. Right?
I agree. I have another clip here. This is from Canada, but it's the same thing. It's an Indian trucker doing the illegal move. This one's even worse. There's not even a paved area. He's just going for it. And like, you don't even have the turn.
You know the old Family Guy bit? Like, I turn lanes now. Good luck, everybody else. With the Asian woman. We're replacing that with Punjabi truck drivers.
So true.
So, good luck, everybody else. Hope no one dies. And if you do, I won't even care.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's very true. And then we have this next piece. What is this?
This was another kind of apologist talking about some illegal who was wrongfully deported or in the process of it. Dana DiFilippo, she was an author, a journalist, and she titled an article saying, "The undocumented immigrant at the center of immigration fight between Trump and New Jersey's governor had a largely clean driving record despite prior DUI arrests."
So they're defending the illegal and saying they had a largely clean driving record. But then if you look in the article, Raul Luna Perez, 43, is accused of driving drunk on July 26th and crossing into oncoming traffic, causing a head-on collision that killed a woman and her 11-year-old daughter.
So 2 dead people.
Mostly clean driving
It's
record.
largely clean. No big deal, right? So Americans are getting killed, and then journalists are defending them. Companies are hiring them. And it's just a total shit show out on the road, and we've been calling this out for a while, and, you know, people need to wake up, man.
It's sad to get proven right because that means Americans are dying.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to Europe. We have a light European section, but it is important. We mentioned this story last episode, remember?
Sorry, can I say something too first before we move on? Like, we need to go piece by piece with these migrants. Like, and that's part of the thing. It's like, what industries are they flocking to? And trucking is clearly one. And, you know, general contracting and the Home Depots. Like, you really just have to go place by place. And that's why it's so important to highlight these stories and understand where they're going and what's losing it.
Very true.
But that's all I wanted to say.
Very true, brother. Next, we're into our European migrant section. We discussed this story last episode. Remember the police in the UK released that migrant because he was only trespassing. He broke into someone's house, but he didn't steal anything, so they didn't arrest him. We actually have more details about what happened.
Yeah, after that happened, daughter tried to storm migrant hotel with a meat cleaver after she found asylum seeker from there in her blind mother's flat, moving his hand over his groin, court hears. So he was stroking his shit a little bit.
Look at that picture of him.
Over the blind mom. And this guy's a demon. He has no soul either.
Even if he didn't do anything, I would say arrest that man.
Yeah. This guy's in the UK? I don't think so.
What do we need him for?
This guy needs to be in a forest in the Congo. And yeah, the story goes on to say, but basically this was interesting. Remember when we were talking about when is enough in the UK? And
yeah.
This daughter tried to storm the migrant hotel with a meat cleaver with a group of around 20 people who tried to barge in the Britannia Hotel in East London on Wednesday evening.
So there's a little bit of frustration that's leading to some escalation.
There's some shit's bubbling up at this point, guys.
And here's the thing. The migrants and other groups are very tribal.
Yeah.
White people aren't tribal, but when white people, someone made a good point, when white people chimp out, you're not going to like what that looks like.
It goes crazy quick. Yeah.
And we have some stats here that are going to blow your mind as well. You mentioned it earlier about the children and how many Muslim children there are, but can you read these?
Yeah, breaking. Europe's future is vanishing. These are crazy stats. Brussels is now 52% Muslim school children. Amsterdam, 43%. Vienna, 41%. London, 37%. And the chart is just a straight line up for all these cities with Muslim school-age children, and those are leading indicators for who's going to be in charge of your country soon.
Not good.
Vienna. You know what used to happen at those Vienna coffee shops back in the day? Crazy good stuff. Well, and some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Freud.
But if you
Hitler was there too.
If you look at the architecture and these beautiful buildings, it's like it's something that these migrants could never come anywhere near building. They walk like 10 miles to go fill a bucket with water.
Yeah.
So they can drink water for the day, and then tomorrow they'll do it again.
They don't learn.
And
Mr. Beast has to give them wells.
Yeah. It's just really depressing. Yeah. And then we have a thing to close out this segment about Muslims only being happy in Western society.
Yeah, Muslims are only happy in infidel countries. Muslims are not happy in Gaza or Iran. They're not happy in Yemen, Afghanistan, Syria, Pakistan, Lebanon, and Bahrain. Where they feel happy? Australia, the UK, France, Italy, and Germany. They're happy in Sweden, the United States, Norway, and other non-Muslim countries. Who they blame their sadness on? They blame it on Islam, neither on Islam nor their Muslim leaders and not themselves. They blame it on the countries in which they feel happy. And they want to change those countries to be more like their own countries where they were not happy at the first place.
It's pretty ironic, but that's unfortunately what we're dealing with.
That's why it's like on a whole, this sort of Muslim migration is kind of like it's a parasitic thing where you get to a breaking point when you reach a certain percent and then the host dies and there's no longer the productive people doing the free shit. Like, I don't think if the UK economy with all the finance and good things that they have going, if that became a majority or a wholly Muslim country, I don't think they'd have still the same magic.
They can't change a tire on the bus.
Yeah.
They can't get the water facility working.
Yeah.
Then they'll be walking down to the river and filling up the buckets again, just in UK this time.
Just a different river, and we gave it away for nothing.
Very depressing. Well, we're moving on to our final page of housekeeping. Use the opportunity to click the post. Help us juice the algo. Leave a like, leave a comment again, then start yapping. P.O. Box needs to be full. Notifications need to be on. Old episodes need to be watched. And the link to this episode needs to be sent to the boys in the group chat.
All right.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. First thing, this is where I can talk about whatever I want. I thought this was funny. The Central Park 5, that story's being done by Netflix.
Did this already come out? It already came out, I think.
I think it already came out.
Okay.
But
Maybe a while ago even.
But this is the person that was being depicted, and then here's how they depicted him.
Yeah, Central Park 5's Kevin Richardson as he looked in real life at the time versus the Netflix miniseries. And they just went fucking crazy with it.
I'm just walking home with my trumpet. I didn't kill anybody. This is a kid with a high voice.
In the Central Park 5, they did it. They did it.
Yeah, I don't
There's this
know.
whole revisionist history, 80, or not 80, but 30, 40 years later, where they're trying to exonerate him and stuff. They fucking did it.
I think they confessed.
Yeah, they all confessed, but confessions. People don't do fake confessions. Like, yeah, right, dude.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
All right, next clip is a self-driving car accident. This guy's driving, I believe, a self-driving Ford Mustang. And he is having trouble. This thing's trying to kill him.
So it's stuck in accelerate and he's trying to grind it?
Yeah.
It's an electric vehicle, I think. And he's praying.
He's just going like this. Yeah. Jesus, take the wheel. And we'll fast forward to the resolution. Keeps going, keeps going,
Eventually
keeps going.
the barrier runs out.
The barrier runs out, and then he flips another car.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars.
I don't know if it was fully self-driving. It may have just been stuck in an accelerate.
Yeah,
mode.
maybe.
But it's an electric car that's made of computers, so if it gets stuck in accelerate, you don't really control it that much.
It's made of computer is the problem.
Everything's computer.
Next, we have zombie squirrels covered in oozing warts spotted sulking through U.S. backyards. That's disgusting. This is our second zombie animal situation in 1 week.
Yeah, rabbits and squirrels now.
They're going to jump into people.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Remember the bat soup?
Mm-hmm.
And it gained to person?
That was fake.
That was fake, but it's what happened.
Yeah.
All right, next, this is the most important story of the day, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They got Dogman on camera, finally.
Leaked Dogman photos from national parks spark fear and questions. If the Dogman has been photographed in our national parks, then maybe it was never a legend at all. Maybe it's been watching us the entire time.
And here he is. That looks like Dogman to me.
Yeah.
What do you think that is on the top over there? Just a big coyote thing or a bear with no fur or
That
something?
looks like a mountain lion with a weird distorted lens thing, and looks like shit got photoshopped. And I think you got tricked by an Instagram account who really likes the Dogman for some reason.
I like the Dogman too, but I didn't think we'd ever get him on camera.
Yeah. All right.
Now, and it's not the only thing we got on camera this week. There was a raptor seen on 287. That's crazy.
All right. You can talk about anything you want.
And then not the only thing that was caught on camera. This is real. I believe this was in Brazil. I don't know. But this is a UFO caught on camera. That's pretty interesting. That's bright. That's real. More real than the other stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in the age of AI, I can't do anything. I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
Can't trust a single thing.
That was pretty cool, and it's always good to see UFOs. All right, the next piece of the final page of housekeeping is a kind of a piece of Americana. Mm-hmm. The other day, I saw the ice cream man drive by. And that's something migrants haven't ruined yet.
Just wait.
They're working on it.
Yeah, just wait.
And I remember as a kid getting the ice cream man, and my go-tos were the WWF bar and the strawberry shortcake on a stick.
I don't remember the WWF bar at all. I don't remember that at all. I never had that. Strawberry shortcake is good.
That tastes good. And the best bite is that bottom right and bottom left corner.
Oh,
that's where all that shit is.
You're a connoisseur, I see.
That's where it all builds up. What did you used to get?
I used to get Choco Tacos, and they've discontinued those.
Respectful.
That's just kind of like a sideways cone. But I felt like I was doing something with the Choco Taco.
Choco Tacos are good.
The strawberry shortcake bar, you like those bottom bites because it kind of softens up as you eat it.
Yeah.
So that's part of it,
and you're
too.
just chewing all the dots. I love that shit. Can't eat it anymore because I'm back in keto.
Because you're hit rock bottom recently. We all hit rock
Nothing
bottom.
crazy, not the rockest bottom of ever, but I am back in keto, and I started it with a 1-day fast followed by a carpaccio and oysters cleanse. And now I'm back in, and I'm pissing deep in keto. Feels good.
All right, thank you.
And so is Rat Boy. You're in keto too.
Yeah, I am. I hit rock bottom as well, guys. Hit a number on the scale. We lost track of things. I was eating pizza and shit, ice cream like that, cinnamon rolls.
You want to hear something?
My Instagram feed, I don't know how it happened, got to all cinnamon rolls. And I went crazy for a while. Different types, cream cheese frosting, the regular frosting. I had a good time.
During the last few weeks of letting it loose,
We had vacation and shit.
I was on vacation, but in the last few weeks of letting it loose, my biggest regret is on weeks where I had let it loose already, I was still ordering like cauliflower pizza.
That's stupid, yeah.
I should just order regular pizza and then got serious.
Yeah.
So I had so many like bites that were
Half
just
measures.
pretty good. Yeah, so I regret that, and I'm sorry. All right, our final piece of
Apology accepted.
the final page of housekeeping, we have an RRB police doppel. Dude, is that you?
Yeah. That guy's a little thicker in the midsection than me and thicker in the legs. It's good to know I could be a cop, easy.
Yeah, but that's you.
Yeah.
That
basically.
is really you.
That guy's got he's fatter.
He's got a dump truck ass.
Yeah,
you
that
don't
guy's
have.
he holds all his weight in the midsection.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
All right, well, that's cool. And if that's you, we'll send you a t-shirt.
Yeah, sorry that you're fatter than RRB.
But
Random
yeah.
podcast host.
Sorry about that. All right, well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first piece of cringe is our adult babies segment, and they're adult babies for all different reasons. First is a trans diaper crash.
Right on the 5 South, too. Oh, she's drunk. Oh, he's trying to get it out of the way. He's speeding. Oh, he's going backwards on the 5 South. Oh, he's pinning it away. You good?
I'm good, dude. Trust me.
Holy shit, man.
Don't worry about me, bro.
That was fucking heavy. And then you just pinned it backwards and you got away. I can't believe you went backwards down the freeway. Coming onto oncoming traffic, too. That was so heavy. Quite the fit you got on, too.
Yeah, the last thing I want to be caught in.
Yeah, you had some diapers. They're flying all over the freeway.
All right, so you got a little diaper twink shit going on here. Diaper boy, diaper play.
Yeah, trans poopy diaper boy, I believe is what we usually say.
I don't know. Where do you think
Drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Driving a fucked up car away.
Probably on poppers.
Yeah.
Not just saying that, because that's why you probably would wear the diaper. Because you're on poppers, you have some fun, and then you need a diaper after.
Yeah.
And how does this person form whatever fetish that is? I don't even want to know.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, I don't even understand how you get into pretending to be a diaper baby. Something really fucked up happened to you. And, I want to say God bless, but I don't want to involve God in any of this. So
God's been
find God. Maybe.
Yeah, there you
find
go.
God.
Exactly. And check the hard drive.
Check the hard drive, then find God if the hard drive's clean. Even if it's not, I guess, find God.
Yeah.
But it might be too late.
But go to jail.
Some of your crimes. Yeah, jail. Your soul can be saved, I guess. But whatever. I don't make the rules.
All right, our next adult baby.
Can I say something? I kind of like watching drunk as fuck people kind of like not realize they've just been a horrible DUI crash and then try to drive a fucked up car away.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, you like that, and you also like fat people beyond their means, falling like on a half pipe drop in or trying to ride a scooter and they break their ankle.
Tib fib.
Or at the trampoline park and like a 350-pound person jumps in the trampoline park and instead of bouncing, their knees blow out.
Yeah.
He likes that shit.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Next in our adult baby section, Gen Z and millennials are using pacifiers when they need to deal with stress.
What in the world is going on? Adults have started sucking on pacifiers in order to soothe their anxieties. American adults are sucking on pacifiers to get through stress at work, in traffic, when they're having trouble sleeping, or during moments of pure burnout. Psychologists
just develop a drinking habit.
Yeah.
They're not even rolling on drugs.
Yeah, I think that this is kind of some AI slop, but I know people are doing it in general. There's a regression to baby stuff going on. And, you know, it's kind of in the same vein as the Disney adults that we've been covering through Cringe for so long.
They don't like adulting.
Yeah.
They think it's funny to be like an ironic retard.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't understand I'm trying to understand the motivations. This guy wants to wear a diaper and drive drunk. These people want a pacifier. And I don't know. There seems to be a lot of avoidance of real life responsibilities.
Yeah. And then you could just defer to like the old factory setting where you're a baby and they didn't have to do anything. I liked it better then when mommy did everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. And it's actually affecting kids of all ages or adults of all ages. High school kids are now complaining that school starts too early.
It's tough to be ready and focused at 7:30.
I've seen a few kids also like fall asleep during class.
Some say school starts too early in the morning for teens.
It's really a health crisis that our kids are in.
Catherine Nitz is part of a global movement called Start School Later, which advocates for healthy school start times, where middle schools start no earlier than 8 a.m. and high schools start at 8:30 or later. In 2018, she started an SSL chapter in Rochester Hills to address what she says is chronic sleep deprivation in teens.
Kids really need that 5 to 7 a.m. sleep, that REM sleep. That's where your brain goes through emotional regulation and memory consolidation. So these kids are constantly fighting against their biology.
I hate it.
You have like a woman in charge of this group, and that's kind of the problem. Like men would go, all right, got to be in the school at 7:45. Isn't that a little early? Nah, it's fine. But then
That's
a
how
woman
it was when I was a kid.
But then a woman goes, no, we need to make everyone feel good. It's too early. It's too hard. How are they going to stay up all night and talking to their friends on TikTok and playing Fortnite at 3 a.m.? They're not going to be able to sleep enough.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to sleep enough. Go to bed at 10:30? I don't know what is so hard. Like you get a set specific thing, and it's like, oh, I got to be up at 6 every day, 5 days a week for the next 4 years. Okay, I guess I'll adapt to that then?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And there's like a system to it too, where the kids leave in the morning around the same time the parents leave for work.
But a little bit before.
Yeah. And then they come home right before like the parents come home from work, and everyone's kind of on a same early morning and late night schedule.
Yeah.
It's like you start school at 10:30 in the morning.
And you leave enough time for sports after school.
While it's still
everybody
light
does.
out.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole system, and then all of a sudden it's, kids can't do this. It's too stressful.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It's been this way forever. You don't change something that's been working. And,
Yeah.
But unless, I don't know, it just seems like a personal experience. All of these things are like some personal experience happened, and then I had to change it. My daughter hated waking up. Isn't that just a coming of age thing? You hate waking up in the morning?
I used to fight with my mom.
Yeah, 10 more minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about getting ready.
You're going to miss the bus. No, I'm not. I know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's a coming of age thing. But now, like any little bit of things that make people sad or uncomfortable or not happy or not how they want it, you have to change it.
Get the news crew out here.
Yeah.
Get the signature thing out here, you know?
Mm-hmm. And if you are wondering, like I am, how are these kids going to get a normal job and function in society? We have a little bit of a peek into that.
Yeah, this New York Post article says most Gen Z job seekers have brought a parent on an interview, and half had them talk to hiring manager. Shocking study reveals.
Yeah, I'm reliable. You could hire me. I'll work the 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. shift. Just tell my mom what I need to do.
Yeah.
Just talk to my mom. She's here.
Well, and that's what I think is there's some difference here between the school starting too early and then I'm taking my mom on a job interview. Like, these kids want to be like adults, and they're like, this is too early. I'm up until midnight. I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
But then my mom's also coming to my job interview, or my dad wants to talk to you. There's a weird thing where they want it both ways.
Yeah, they want to be adults and children at the same time. They want to be an adult but also use a pacifier. They want to be a twink diaper boy, blown out butt,
Drunk as fuck.
drunk as fuck on the highway. You can drunk drive like an adult.
Yeah, in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us.
All right, our next segment is a little bit of a stupid women segment. First, we have the DEI hire on ESPN talking sports with that influencer guy. Drewski. And he's wearing a Barry Sanders jersey. And listen to what she says.
Well, it's a blast for us to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so the jersey. Let's get into it, because obviously this ties to one Shedeur Sanders who balled out in his first preseason game. I'm sorry, I apologize. Barry Sanders.
So she thought it was Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, and he said, no, this is Barry Sanders, clearly a Detroit Lions jersey.
Yeah, the name, number, nothing matches Shedeur Sanders. He's on the Browns, and he was on Colorado, so like not even similar colors at all. She just had no idea.
She has no idea who Barry Sanders is, and she's a sports commentator, and she's also the same woman who said young girls only like Caitlin Clark because she's white.
So these are the type of fresh takes we get from the DEI princess on ESPN First Take. And like Stephen A. Smith is successful. He stands on his own. Drewski isn't here for sports, but he's successful and stands on his own. He creates content. And then the only person here who's like a handicapped charity case is getting shit wrong.
And talking the most.
Any random man knows it's Barry Sanders. You can get a high school football player to Barry Sanders. And so it's her job and she doesn't know.
Crazy.
So... Stupid women's section. That's part one.
And there's more. The WNBA is in negotiations. They're trying to redo their minimum payment requirement deal.
Yeah.
And listen to what she says.
I think we can focus on our players in the union. We got a proposal from the league, which was honestly a slap in the face. And I think we really have to put an emphasis on the players that are in our league right now. But I love to see the league growing. I think, adding these teams in Philly and Detroit, like that's how amazing is that the league can grow. But how cool would it also be to have like a little bit expansion on the rosters? Like, let's focus on the teams that have everything set up right now, and maybe focus on the teams also that find excuses continuously to lack investment into their players before we focus on adding more to the grain of people that can't really be sustained.
Okay. So the minimum salary used to be $66K.
Yeah.
And the WNBA offered to make the minimum salary $250K. And she said, no deal.
No deal. And that was disrespectful.
It was like a 3X.
Insulting.
You multiplied the minimum salary by 3 times.
Yeah.
And that still wasn't enough, which is a bold move. And it makes you just hope the league goes to 0. And they want to expand the roster. So it's like, you want to expand the roster. So
they're creating 2 new teams.
Yeah. And then you see in the background the M or whatever. Can you even identify what WNBA team that is?
No. Mountain Arena?
It's the Mountain America Conference, of course.
I don't know.
And then the M, I have no idea who that team even is. But they need more money. And they need more players.
Never seen this girl before in my life. Caitlin Clark saved you all. And Caitlin Clark gave everybody $250,000 and you rejected it.
And then they need more players who are going to cost the new minimum. So it's like you're asking for something that's like impossible. You want more money for everybody and more people. That doesn't really work.
It's like NASA rejecting federal funding. Like, no, we're going to turn this down. We need more money to go to the moon and shit.
Doesn't work.
It's like, it's not. You actually don't have a choice. You're losing it.
Yeah. Our next stupid woman in our stupid woman section.
So this WNBA lady probably watches ESPN First Take all day and goes, yeah, to that woman who doesn't know who Barry Sanders is. So it's like you see how the information flows.
Yeah.
It's like ill-informed people hyping each other up about other ill-informed shit, and then it gets to the podium. Mm-hmm. Somebody sounds like shit.
Yep. Our next stupid woman is Ella Emhoff, Doug Emhoff's daughter, Kamala Harris's stepdaughter. She's very nervous and anxiety-ridden because of climate change.
I feel disgust at what's going on in the world around genocides, the
loss of rights, the loss of health care, the just general fear that everyone has surrounding affordability, their lives, their livelihood, like everything. It feels so big. I think everything with the environment is really fucking getting to me. And it is I experience a lot of climate anxiety. Like, a lot of us do. It's not funny. It's just like, it's one of those things. It's not funny, but
she must hate China and India.
I know. She must hate those 4 rivers that do 80% of the ocean polluting then. Oh, wait, she never brings that up? She's only focused on, like, Republicans or something?
And she has anxiety because of climate change.
What? Bitch.
Have you gone outside and noticed climate change at all? Have you gone outside and gone, oh, shit, this haze in the sky that's blocking out the sun. It's sunny, but it's actually cloudy. You can't even see the sun anymore.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I think a lot of these people, obviously, thank God we were saved from experiencing her takes as someone who had influence on the White House if Kamala had won. But a lot of these people, it's just like, you just have general anxiety and then you focused on climate change. You're just an anxious person, and then you're talking to your fans who all are obsessed with climate change. So it's...
you're an anxious person, and you need an excuse for why you're a loser.
Yeah.
So you go, climate change. That's why I'm all busy-bodied.
That's why I'm all fucked up, and I didn't get and that's why I didn't get many modeling contracts immediately after Kamala lost.
Yeah, so climate change.
Yeah. You're just an anxious person. You're a worried girl. And you latched onto this instead of that. It was always going to be something.
I like general anxiety.
General anxiety?
She's general
anxiety. Meet you. General anxiety, meet Ambien. Or meet Tremfya.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical is the arch nemesis of general anxiety.
All right, our final piece of the Dumb Women section. There's now a thing on the Uber app where you can have a safer ride by picking a woman driver, which is pretty ironic.
Yeah. They finally did it, right? They were talking about rolling this out. Didn't we talk about this on the show a little bit already?
Yeah, I think so. And it's 30% cheaper than the other rides. So they're doing the wage gap thing. Yeah.
Fuck you, women drivers.
But like most things, trans folks will ruin that.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, I'm a woman. I want a woman driver. And it's going to be a freak in a dress. Or it'll be a trans driver who goes, oh, I only feel safe with women. And they're going to ruin it.
Yeah, it's coming.
And there was a joke about gays only Uber 2 being the next thing.
Gay men drivers. And
lots of cleanup fees.
Stains.
Lots of cleanup fees. You're going to get in the car and be like, ugh. All right, our last piece of cringe is the gay NFL cheerleader. We've already spoken about it a little bit. We're going to show one of them. There's a bunch of them in the NFL now. But I have an interesting take, and you guys might not believe it, but it's the honest truth. So here he is.
And he's acting like a girl. This is the Patriots one. He's doing the dances with the girls. He's shaking his shit. Very twinky.
Mm-hmm.
Very much a twink.
Here's my take, and you guys might not believe this and might surprise you, but it's the truth, and deep down you will be able to admit it.
Okay.
First of all, the male cheerleaders are having fun. And they look cute.
No.
No homo.
No, okay, yeah.
This might sound controversial, but these guys are cute, and guys aren't attracted to guys. But if you're going to be attracted to a guy, you're going to be attracted to a big, sloppy, hairy, fat fuck, or you're going to be attracted to a dainty guy like this with a great body.
Great body.
You know?
Yeah, I know. I know what you're getting at.
And you might not believe me, but ask the men in your life. Ask your boyfriend, your dad, your husband, your brother, and really press them on it, and they'll probably admit it. Say, oh, I know you're not gay, but are these guys cute? And they'll say, no, whatever. But they're lying, and press them, and they'll admit it. Like, liking men isn't ideal, but if you had to pick, you'd pick a guy like this, like the twink types.
Yeah.
It's common sense, and that's why Dylan Mulvaney is a perfect example. Is Dylan Mulvaney cuter as a girl or as a guy?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I don't know what the fuck this bit is, but I get it. Yeah. I don't know, man. There's other funny shit to say here, though. Come on, man. You're going to commit to it that long? The funny part is, there's some truth to what you're saying in terms of male cheerleaders. Like, there are male cheerleaders already, but they do the chest pressing, and they throw them up, and they hold the girls up. This guy's just acting like a gay guy, acting like a girl. And then the left, I saw Mehmet Sisyphus talking about this, and he said, the left is acting like, well, so what? He enjoys it. What's the big deal? And you have your take of, yeah, you'd rather fuck this guy than a giant bear, which you're right. But you took it too far and you went too long on it.
You're right? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. You're in jail. You got the cheerleader, or you got the guy from the Green Mile. I know.
I picked none of them.
Choosing.
I picked none of them.
But the whole point is, yeah, he's acting like a gay guy and he's acting like a woman, and nobody wants to see that. They're acting like, well, what's wrong with that? The left, what's wrong with this? You're weird or something.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's acting like a girl and he's going backwards, and that's not normal. But man, I've never seen you really commit to a bit like that. Stupid shit. So
originally, I was going to commit to it all the way and then never correct it and just move on.
You are never correcting it.
And just leave the most insane take you've ever heard from me. Oh, man.
It didn't make me feel good.
Yeah. I'm glad that got something. That's cringe.
Yeah.
You cringed. I got you to cringe. That's the whole point.
Okay. Yeah, you win. You win. Nice job.
Oh, man. That's so funny to me.
All right. But let's go on, because the NFL is obviously being gay, and the right wing was talking about some NFL shit this week and on Twitter, and we wanted to talk about it. 9mm. Well, it started with this. All 32 NFL teams will again this year be forced to stencil a social justice message into their end zones. They must choose from end racism, stop hate, choose love, inspire change, or it takes all of us. So some just gay shit. They're still kind of on the George Floyd fumes. They're running on fumes. They're going to have to refill the tank soon on something. But 9mm SMG said, it's actually wild how so many supposedly right-wing men soy-jack over sports. These teams hate you. The owners hate you. The entire league hates you. You're keeping them in business. And I agree to an extent. You know, the NFL is just doing gay shit, and I still watch the NFL. I'm one of those. I don't think we soy-jack over sports, but me and Fleckus are college football players. We played together. That's how we met in football. And Matt Walsh kind of had to defend it, which I mostly agreed with. He said, football is an American tradition. You don't have to like it, but hating it is weird and gay. Sure, the NFL organization is annoyingly woke in some ways, but they're definitely a hell of a lot less woke than basically every entertainment company that the right-wing sports ball haters still give their money to. And football players themselves tend to be openly religious and generally more conservative than athletes in almost any sport. Again, you don't have to enjoy football, but football is one of the most uniquely American things that exists. It's part of our culture, and culture matters.
Yeah, and football is Americana. Football was invented in America. And football is like it's like a coming of age thing. It turns boys into men.
Yeah.
We're in late August now. We're coming into two-a-days. A lot of young men are getting ready for football season. I've been working out all year, and they're running, and they're doing hill sprints, and they're working out, and they're going to puke, and they're going to get yelled at. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't think anything built my character more than the fear and then the execution, and then the camaraderie built from two-a-days and football. And there's two separate things here. The NFL and fanboying over black athletes who kind of hate your guts or have some sort of social justice thing, which most of them are too dumb to even get into that. They just kind of have general vibes. And then there's the West Texas oil field football where your team is 90% white and you're learning lessons about who you are and hard work and grinding. And a lot of the people who are pointing out like, oh, sports ball or something, like this is gay, they haven't puked on a field after the 20th sprint.
Or they would get wrecked in an Oklahoma drill.
They wouldn't line up against me when I was 22, you know? There's a certain vibe that, yeah, I get it, and you're being an adult fan over men who are like here's this tweet. Bro, did you watch Obongo Chompoko pass the ball to Chichikal Mgumbai? And I get that, but I don't know. Could you line up against me in an Oklahoma drill? Could you do anything? And there are I think around 1 million high school football players every year. And these are kids who are going to go work at the oil field. They're going to go work a retail job afterwards.
They're not going to get in trouble because they could lose their scholarship, or they could not be able to play on the team if they get in trouble. They have like standards, and they have a regiment, and they have discipline.
Yeah, so there's some missing the field for the trees here where people think, oh, football, they do racism and they have a gay guy cheerleader. And yeah, we're going to make fun of that. And Fleckis is going to get a little turned on by it, I guess, is what he admitted to us. But the whole point is that football as a whole is not just these 32 NFL teams playing their weeks. It's high school, middle school, college, coming of age, working hard, becoming tough. That's your first experience to like getting up after you've been hit or blown up, taking a hard hit and then having to get up while your stomach or your chest has no air in it. And you have to act like it didn't just some guy didn't just blow you up, right?
Getting a concussion and not telling anybody and still playing. And then every time you hit somebody or even take a step on the ground, you get this shooting pain through your brain.
Yeah.
You can't see all the colors correctly.
Yeah. There's no sport as tough as football, and there's no sport making tough white kids than football.
So true.
So that's pretty much it at the end game, and football is Americana. And yeah, there's also another piece to it. I watch the NFL. I'm not relating to the skinny black DB who runs a 4.2 40 and just got drafted and he wears a chain. I'm relating to the blue-collar white offensive lineman guy. I'm relating to the tight end who's like more of a blocker than a catcher.
Yeah.
And that's every kid's journey on their own. So I think the people who blanket shit on the NFL, I get it. They're doing some gay shit. We just showed the cheerleaders.
Show them again.
Yeah, let's watch it again. Fleckis wants to watch it slowed down. But yeah, I just think nothing makes more men than football. You know what I mean?
100% agree.
So I just wanted to throw that piece out there. Matt Walsh is definitely directionally right.
Yep. All right. That is the end of Cringe. Moving on to Urban Decay. And we're going long today, but it's okay.
Yeah, we're going to cut some uplifting gold. I can tell you that much.
All right. We'll see. All right. Our first clip of Urban Decay, the Peace in the Hood Festival ended with gunshots.
Here's the camera. There's no audio on it, but yeah, as he said, the Peace in the Hood Festival. And there's a tracker on his gun. You see that?
Yeah. Here he goes, shooting into a crowd.
The shooting starts. The crowd disperses. The fat women are on the ground flopping around.
Pretty sloppy.
And I don't think we achieved peace in the hood.
I don't think so either. And what this tells me is we need more gun laws. Because they did this shooting, I'm assuming, through some correct legal means and likely a loophole.
Yeah.
This is allowed probably with some Republican loophole. We need more gun laws so they start listening to the laws like they always do, but a little more restrictive.
Yeah, fresh take. But yeah, I mean, there's no worse PR for black people than
you can't even do a Peace in the Hood Festival.
They couldn't do it. Guys, let's think above ourselves for 1 minute. The Peace in the Hood Festival is the one place we can't bring our Glocks to.
Yeah, I saw someone say, "What you on?"
Yeah.
And I had to pull my Glock out.
Yeah, some guy started saying, "So do something then. So do something then." And I had to do something then.
I'm going to have to do something. Yeah. Our next clip
They keep us in business.
Yeah.
They keep Urban Decay just humming.
That's the thing.
This just happened less than a week ago.
We never have a shortage of Urban Decay clips.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's easy. It's sad. And then something we mentioned earlier in the episode with DC, there's a lot of young criminal repeat offenders, and we have an egregious example here. This is a 13-year-old Baltimore bad kid.
Investigators say there were several armed carjackings and robberies, a string of incidents, including on at least 2 days in July. Tonight, news of an arrest, a 13-year-old boy charged with carjacking, robbery, assault, and several other offenses. Police say when the boy was arrested, he was wearing a home ankle monitor. The suspect, apparently, already under the supervision of the Department of Juvenile Services. A young offender, police say, with 18 previous felony arrests in Baltimore City. His case,
come to find out, 3 of them had ankle monitors on.
Disturbingly familiar to Kamaya Lawson and her husband David. The couple, the victims of a carjacking in Hamden, July 1st. That crime caught on camera. The 5 suspects in that case, also juveniles.
13, 14, 17, 14. That's how old they are. And people have empathy for them. they're like misplacing their empathy, and they go, oh, they're just kids, they're just troubled kids, we gotta let them back out. And by giving them empathy, you're not giving empathy to innocent people, innocent families who are getting carjacked by the teenager who did it 15 times before.
Yeah, this kid, 13-year-old, had 18 prior felonies. And if you do one every 2 months, he's got felonies going back to when he was 8.5 or something. And so these kids, the funniest part about this whole thing is we have this system basically in America where juveniles' identities are kept secret to protect them. And it's kind of like a thing where, well, if a kid makes a dumb mistake, we don't want it to haunt him for the rest of his life. We're not going to air that out in public. It's not going to follow him forever. But on the 16th felony, I think maybe the public's right to know who's carjacking people supersedes this kid's blanket immunity for never facing consequences. Like this kid's, if someone has 18 felonies in an area, his face should be everywhere. Like, warning, if you see this kid, he's coming to carjack you.
Very true.
And he's 13. So, next time you hear about a 13-year-old who got roughed up by cops or something, like, you just trust the cops.
This is the type of 13-year-old you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And our next story is a clip of a woman who's talking about her neighbors who leave their blinds open, and she can't understand why they do it.
Why do palm-colored people, why do they leave their fucking blinds wide the fuck open? There's no reason why I could see all through your house. I could see what type of chairs you got, your dining room table, what you got on your counter, I don't need to see all that. Y'all make it so easy for robbers and killers to scope the scenery. They don't even have to do shit. They can sit outside and see everything you got in there and see if it's worth taking or not. Close your fucking blinds, bro.
So, if someone leaves their blinds open, you're automatically trying to figure out what can be stolen from their house.
That's her instinct.
So, nice living with you. And she's obviously saying more about herself than she is about the people who leave their blinds open.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at all. You're casing my joint? Shamika?
And then if someone does steal, well, it ain't really their fault because they saw the crystal silverware or whatever.
They got baited into it.
They had to because there is that mindset of everybody steal.
Yeah.
And you left a watch on the counter. They saw. What are they going to do? Not steal it?
Yeah.
And, that is the attitude, unfortunately. And maybe, what should be better? People should close their blinds and put metal bars in front of their windows.
Oh, yeah.
That keeps people out.
Yeah, that's nice. Those are the nicest neighborhoods usually, right?
That's a real classy establishment when you have the bars over your windows.
Those are high-income areas.
Yeah.
You should be trying to learn shit from white people. That's the funny part. You should be going, oh, white people, they really feel comfortable in their neighborhood. They've made a nice place to live. Like, she's the one who lives there. And she's not taking notes. She's like, man, y'all should be more afraid.
Yeah.
You know who could be here. And it's like, yeah. Your brother? Is your cousin here?
Yeah, you're going to call your cousin because you saw something expensive. You saw an electric scooter in the living room.
Yeah.
So if you leave your blinds open, they'll case out your property and maybe rob you. But if you say the no-no word, they'll beat you up.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next clip is a woman who thinks that black people should be more angry based on how things are in society.
We're not as angry as we could be. And I wish that people understood that. I wish they understood that we are grace personified, like in person. As 400 years, we could really have just burnt this whole place to the ground. And we are still fighting for a country that doesn't love us.
Well, she's trying. They're trying to burn the place down.
Yeah.
And it's like the complete opposite. Like anyone who should be more angry, it's white people and it's normal people in society who are feeling the effects of black crime.
She goes on to say, like, we are not violent. We're not violent. And I was like, what are you talking about?
The 13-year-old has 18 felonies.
And it's so weird that a person like this, obviously like dumb criminals, they don't think like this at all. They're not even thinking. They're thinking, give me money. Money, money, money. Now, how do I get money? That lady has money. I have a gun, money mine. She's the one who's doing like the critical thinking, like we were wronged. We should be doing some crazy shit. But then like There's no like pulling together in the same direction to make society better. It's just like we're owed. You can make society better tomorrow. Clean up that beach. Go start picking up the trash from that side of the highway. You know, there's little things that can be done, but there's just this general aggrieved attitude of like we owed something.
Yeah.
And we should be more violent. I'm threatening you. There's like a collective threat.
You guys are plenty violent as it is.
Yeah.
Mimetic Sisyphus had some good points about racism and like what racism actually is. Can you give that a read?
Well, he said he was quote tweeting a Zoran Mamdani Ramswamy tweet where he said, "The invisible hand of the market, my ass, that hand is white and wearing a ring with a conflict diamond in it." He's quoting someone. And Mimetic Sisyphus said there's basically two forms of racism. I hate you because you suck. This is the type of racism progressives wish to purge from society. And I hate you because you're too successful. This is the type of racism progressives actively promote. And he said, I hate you because you suck involves crime stats, poverty, schooling issues, general societal dysfunction. I hate you because you're too successful is you manipulate the world to get ahead, you're greedy, inhuman indifference. Everything is violence except actual violence.
It's very true. And that woman in the video was alluding to 400 years because of slavery. And I actually found some slavery stats that I thought were interesting. Everyone thinks of slavery, they think of American South.
Yeah.
And that's not even close to the biggest users of slaves. We have some stats here. Can you give those a read?
Yeah, this map shows where enslaved Africans were actually brought in the Americas. Brazil, 5.5 million, the biggest number. The Caribbean, 4.7 million. United States, just 450K. A horror, yes, but not the whole story. The U.S. gets 100% of the blame in global discourse, yet received less than 5% of the transatlantic slave trade. It doesn't count the babies born into slavery, and yes, the institution itself was monstrous, but historical nuance matters. And yeah, I think there were differences between Brazilian slave trade. Brazilian basically never worked slaves to death and then like brought in new ones. And Americans kind of like bred them a little more and like let them have families, but then like did some horrible shit too.
No one's mad at Brazil. A lot of people don't even know probably Brazil had slaves.
Brazil needs to give somebody money now. Otherwise we'll get violent. We can't just go from here.
All right. Our final clip from Urban Decay is the EBT final boss. Let her go.
The more I read that EBT ban, the more pissed off I get for people because now, in some states, you won't be able to buy chips, snack cakes, granola bars, flavored water, flavored carbonated water. Anything less than 50% juice, you're not going to be able to buy. So those diet juices, like the diet cranberry juice, gone. Chips, they make a baked option. And I'm thinking to myself, like with WIC, you could get certain cereals, like they even allow like honey bunches of oats and great grains, banana, where I live, but apparently you're not even gonna be able to get baked potato chips either. I think this is not about wanting to get people healthy. This is about controlling people and taking joy out of people's lives completely. And it's gonna backfire. Trust me when I say in some way it's going to backfire. People like me who don't have food stamps are going to be paying higher prices than those that, you know, I even think real food is probably going to go up too.
The cost of real food is going to go up.
Slipped up there. And this whole time she says, I don't have food stamps at the end?
Yeah.
You're an expert. You seem like an expert. I have a feeling she's scamming something from the food stamps.
And you see there's one moment where she uses those nails to dig in her ear.
Yeah. Smart.
Disgusting. And I didn't actually watch the video all the way through. I was under the impression that she was on food stamps. And we have a little...
They keep picking the worst spokespeople. I think she has some food stamp benefit. She's knowing all the specifics. She's talking about it. I think that was a little denial. Like, I'm not on it. I'm just complaining because, you know, it's wrong for all of you.
Yeah, I'm not on WIC. I have EBT.
Yeah.
I got SNAP.
That's what I think. I think there's something going on
That's what I
there.
think, too.
But her expensive nails, you were going to obviously call out. Stupid fucking nails. You can't do any work. You can't do anything. You can't even type on a computer.
You can't cook anything.
How do you text? But yeah, I counted the gems on her nails are $15 each. I counted 3 on most equals $450. But she's complaining about how she can't afford chips and granola bars. So
yeah, it's going to make the prices
That's
go
what
up.
I'm saying. This is like someone who's like, yeah, I'm not on EBT. I don't even care. But do you hear they took off 50% juice? Like, why are you in the weeds on this?
It's going to make our food price go up.
Yeah.
$500 to do your nails.
They keep picking the worst representatives, and nobody's picking them, obviously. But it's like the people complaining about DC being cleaned up. Like, these are your spokespeople. These are your spokespeople for EBT.
Mm-hmm.
The giant fat black woman with triplets cooking up waffles in canola oil. That's who you chose?
Not good.
I don't think so.
Well, don't get too down or too depressed. Moving on to Uplifting Gold, and we have uplifting stuff today.
All right.
Our first clip of Uplifting Gold is a funny arrest, and this guy does a funny bit about it.
Hey, look, if I get locked up, don't ever take me to jail like this. Listen, I don't care what's... You gonna have to take me in a body bag, bitch. You gonna have to take me in a motherfucking body bag for a nigga cuff me and take me.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you get it. That's what you were doing with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, LOL.
LOL.
Next,
You're getting lazy.
we have an uplifting story. Beyond Meat headed to Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Rest in piss, brother.
I guess people don't like fake meat glued together.
Yep.
That's not catching on. Next, we have...
I missed that.
Beyond Meat?
The short. I missed shorting it.
Yeah.
I missed betting against Beyond Meat.
It was so easy.
So stupid.
Why did we do that?
I don't know.
We missed going long on Sydney Sweeney ad. That company, American
whatever.
Eagle.
I don't think that pop sustained itself.
We got to get more into our
We
investments.
need new trades. We need new trades.
We need new guaranteed uppy trades. All right, next, this is pro golfer, 4-putted from 3 feet, one of us.
For par. All right. Not a horrible miss, just an annoying one.
This is not how we wanted to start. Now the bogey putt.
Here's for bogey. Uh-oh. Now he's in his head. Now he's Russian.
Now a double bogey putt.
Oh.
This is a huge...
I could have done that.
Yeah, you could. Nobody's
I
arguing.
could have been a pro golfer for a few minutes there.
Okay.
Next, we have really good news. Uplifting Gold section. Everything's uplifting. New study or a new poll. Belief in God among 18 to 24-year-olds has tripled in 4 years.
There must have been some horrible godlessness that led to this sort of thing.
Well, 2021, COVID, 16%, and now it's at like 50%, which is great. And then the Catholic Church in the United States is witnessing its most significant wave of adult conversions in nearly 20 years, with 2025 numbers topping 150,000.
There you go.
So everyone's
And you can
becoming
read.
Catholic. Great.
Uplifting Gold, you can read.
And our Pure Americana clip of the week, no littering in Texas. So he throws it back in the car. And he starts talking shit to some guy.
The man of the car comes up.
And he doesn't want any with this guy.
There's a demon in him.
Yeah. Demon's scared.
Look at all that midsection.
Yeah. And then let's fast forward towards the end and see who else is in this litterer's car. It's an interesting group.
Hodgepodge, ragtag, low quality people there.
Real Texas shit. Real Texas country shit.
Confronting that and standing tall.
That's
We
the right
salute you.
move.
That's Pure Americana.
You get a t-shirt if you DM me.
Yep.
All right, that's the end of the episode. We went long today, but that's okay. We're all still here watching. And if you want even more show, you want to go even longer, we go another 30 minutes on Bonusland. Blogustalks.com is the website. It supports the show. You get a ton of content. You get 4 hours of content a month, which is an hour a week, which is 2 30-minute episodes a week, which is great. And you guys are going to love it. If you like the show and you're watching at this point, please sign up. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on Friday.
There's uplifting gold and Fleck his pets getting trolled. Coming up to biting your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more Fleckers content is what you demand, then just make sure you're sub to bonus land. Fleckers talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleckers talks, choose the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Fleckers talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Fleckers talks, we're still kicking it over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Fleckers talks, and actions speak louder than words. Fleckers talks, but at the same time.
That was fucking heavy. Yeah, you had some diapers. They're flying all over the freeway.